Hi everyone, I'm Contrary Mom, or Mary, and thank you for joining me today on Conversations with My Followers. It's a new series on my blog. Last week I vlogged, that's a video blog, for the very first time, and the vlog was an invitation to join me on a journey. Why do I want to lead you on a journey? You're wondering probably. The reason is because I love collaborations. I've gotten a lot of blogging awards from my fellow bloggers. I'm going to brush my shoulders off because that's quite an accomplishment. And when I get to answer their questions for those awards, that's one of my favorite things to do because I get to interact with new and interesting people, and I have a lot of fun on those conversations. So that's how I thought of doing Conversations with My Followers, and that's why we're all here right now, in case you were wondering. So when I sent out my call for conversationalists, one of my favorite followers asked me some questions right away, and her name is Jessica. She's a poetry addict, and you should check out her blog. It's called Like an Apple, and it's also on WordPress. Thank you, Jessica, for being such a supportive friend and for your questions. I really, really appreciate it. Jessica was curious about music. What kind of music do I like? And she asked if I've always liked the same kind of music, if I prefer live shows, recordings, or both. And she also asked if I like to make music. And I wish I could say yes. I'm a good musician. I'm not a very good musician, though. I love to sing, but my daughters, since they were small babies, always tell me to stop singing as soon as I start singing, and I'm not exaggerating. Even Simone, who's 1, when I sing, she's just like, shh, quiet, Mom, quiet. She sometimes lets me sing she lets me sing You Are My Sunshine before she goes to bed, but other than that, they don't like my singing. So if that tells you anything, I actually think I'm an awesome singer. I really do. My music tastes are pretty eclectic. I grew up listening to the oldies with my parents, and they were huge Beatles fans, so John Lennon was big at my house, and I knew all the words to Rocky Raccoon as a small girl. We also listened to the Rolling Stones and the Eagles. I knew all the words to Sympathy for the Devil and Mungo Jerry's Summertime. I knew all the words to that one, and my dad would love to sing along with us. He sings and plays some harmonica and guitar, and he whistles pretty well, and he always has these silly little songs and jingles that he sings, like the theme song for Super Chicken, which I think is an old TV show. I'm not for sure, but he sings it and he clucks along, and it's really cute and hilarious, and because it's so great, he will only do it once a year, which is so rude, and it would be nice if you'd consider doing that more often for all of us, for our pleasure, because we love it. So that's something that I'll always remember in a nice way. And then when I was in middle school, I still liked the oldies, but it was the grunge era, so I started to listen to Nirvana, and my older sisters were a big influence on me. My oldest sister grew up in the 80s, so she really liked some cool music like the Smiths, and she loved the B-52s, so I had that going for me. And then Ellen liked the Jesus and Mary Chain, the Flaming Lips, and Elvis Costello, so she introduced me to that stuff. So in middle school, my favorite bands were the Pixies and the Violent Femmes, which is pretty cool as far as middle schoolers go. And then Ellen, she started to date the singer in a band. His name's Jake Bellows from Neva Denova, and they were on Saddle Creek Records. But when they started playing shows when I was a teenager, I would go to their shows at the Cog Factory, which isn't there anymore in Omaha, but I'd see them and Bright Eyes play, and it was always the highlight of my life to go and see Jake sing. I loved him and idolized him, so that was a big influence on me too when I was a kid, and I did like live music and still do. The first live show that I ever went to was a Weezer concert with my friend Ashley, and we had a lot of fun. That was at the Ranch Bowl, which again is not there anymore. There's a Walmart where Ranch Bowl was, and I hate Walmart, so that's kind of sad. But then because my sister was dating a musician and they liked cool music, rock and roll and stuff like that, it was kind of embarrassing at first to admit that I really liked rap and hip hop too. But my little sister and I, once TLC's Waterfalls came out, we couldn't hide it anymore, and we'd love to sing along to that song. So that's kind of when we first started listening to hip hop And so I kind of dipped my toes into the rap stuff with Eminem, and then I would listen to Nelly, and then pretty soon I was listening to like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, and I had all of the lyrics to The Chronic memorized, which was funny. And I really loved Cypress Hill too. That's one of my old favorites. Still do love them, but now for the new rappers, I really like to listen to like 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. They're my favorites. I like Outkast. That's one of my all-time favorites too. Rest in peace, Pimp C. So anyway, my music tastes are kind of eclectic, as you can tell. I've listened to a lot of different types of music, and my taste has kind of changed a lot as I've gotten older. Like now, I'd like to say the rap that I listen to is a little more mild than the stuff I used to listen to, which was more violent towards women and more disrespectful. But it still is, and whatever. And then lately I've kind of regressed, I would say, and I've been listening to a lot more of the oldies. Like I'm driving my mom's car actually, which is tuned to her station, so the oldies are on there, and I really like that. Those old songs, when they come on, remind me of her. They just take you back. Like Riders on the Storm came on the other day when I was driving with my kids, and it just made me remember this road trip at night when we were driving on the highway, and that song came on, and it was dark, and my mom turned it up, so we would all listen to it, and it was a great song. So great memory. Music is really important to me. And anyway, Jessica, I'm really curious about what kind of music that you like, what your favorite bands and songs are, and how your taste has changed over time. If you like any music videos, what videos are your favorite? And anyway, I know I listed a lot of music, but I feel like I'm leaving a lot out. Like if you've never seen Alt J's video Breeze Blocks, that's an awesome song and video. I recommend it. It's really cool. But anyway, I'm going to cut it off now. So thanks so much for watching my series, Conversations with My Followers. And please keep sending your questions. I'm getting so many questions. The questions are just flying in left and right. Everybody's so curious about me, but please keep sending them in to contrarianmom@gmail.com. And I'll be replying to everybody. So thanks for participating. Have a great hump day.